My friends, what's going on? Welcome to another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Show, your go to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day. Whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz, look, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So do me a favor, kick back, stay informed. Please, 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 please stay informed and get ready to join the conversation. My friends, look, on today's conversation, we're going to talk about the rally heard around the world, the rally that everyone is talking about, the recent um Trump rally that was held at Madison Square Garden in New York City. By far had to be the most hate speech spewing, personal attacks, you name it. It was vicious, but you know what? It was on brand for the Trump campaign. That's right, my friends. That rally did not surprise me like it's been surprising everybody in the mainstream media. That right there was on brand. And you know what? The garden sold out. It sold out of nothing but Trump supporters that loved every minute of it. This, my friends, is what or is what you could possibly see within the next, I don't know, less than 10 days. This man could possibly be the next president yet again in the United States. And what we saw, that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning. Also, later on, my friends, we're going to talk about the Washington Post. Recently, they've come out not endorsing a candidate, which is a bit rare with this well-known newspaper publication now owned by Jeff Bezos, who's also the founder of Amazon. Also, after having such a successful episode viewership wise with Donald Trump, Joe Rogan, who again I give credit to, he's probably the he's a podcast legend. He is a pioneer in the world of podcasting. Last time I checked, the viewership number had well close to 30 million views. Um, they asked, hey, when is Kamala coming, or why didn't Kamala come on yet? He said, you know what, we were talking and we were in the works with it, but he refused the demands that her and her team, mainly her team, had shared with Joe Rogan's team, and he refused, and that's why most likely we will not see Kamala Harris on the Joe Rogan podcast. Is that a plus or a minus for her? Is that a good thing or a bad thing for the Harris campaign? We'll unpack that also later on the show. In addition to those topics, hopefully we get to impact our next two. CNN recently had a commentator banned on live television. Their show Newsnight, hosted by Abby Phillips, to say since the show has started, they had rebranded it and they do somewhat of a round table discussion format now. It's her along with usually four people, uh two liberals, two conservatives, and then one special guest. This recent gentleman, and I'll get his name later on, but he literally said the most hateful and racist thing you could possibly say, especially on live television, to former MSNBC host Mehdi Hassan. Um, and it was disgusting, man. And I literally caught it live on TV when it occurred. So we'll talk about that, as well as recently uh voting ballot boxes catching on fire. So we're going to talk about that too. Again, my friends, if you are just now tuning in, you are listening to the Arrington Gavin Show. I'm your host, Arrington Gavin. Thank you so much once again, my friends, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to tune in to yet another great episode here on the program. Um, Excited to have you on. Excited to have the great conversation with you. It is crunch time, my friends. It is crunch time. Election day will be here before you know it, and I'll be honest, I'm losing sleep over it. Usually I try not to overthink stuff too much, but with the polls being so close, and the race is neck and neck, right? When you talk amongst voters, that's really what kind of panics me, because a lot of people are misinformed. A lot of people are ignorant. I'm sorry. And they're not catching a big picture of what's at stake. And then you have, in my opinion, poor strategy, right? Amongst, in my opinion, the party that needs to have the best strategy in order to win. Well, I mean, it really is poor strategy on both sides, but it is so much to, it's so much as far as a a stress a stress level for voters and just people like me that love politics, right? It's stressful. It's very stressful. Events nonstop, speeches nonstop, waiting to hear your candidate say what you want them to say, that really will turn the tables within the election. And so it's a lot. It's a lot. My friends, before we move forward, as always, I always have to acknowledge some of our proud supporters of the Arrington Gavin Show, like our friends over at Ingenious Gin. Ingenious Gin is a Black-owned, veteran-owned spirit with the unique spin of the original gin. This rose gold complexion bottle, complexion gin, uh, uh, it's great, smooth on the rocks in a cocktail. It's the go-to spirit to enjoy fellowshipping with friends, celebrating that huge accomplishment. Or if you're going through a bad breakup, hey, grab yourself a sip of this Ingenious Gin. I've told you many times, I am a bourbon and whiskey guy to the max, and cognac. I'm just a brown connoisseur. You know what I mean? But there's only one gin that I partake in, and that is Ingenious Gin. So do me a favor, go to their website at visit their website by going to www.ingeniousgin.com. Again, that's www.ingeniousgin.com. And do me a favor, make sure to drink responsibly. Or you can check them out in your local Spirit or ABC stores. For those who are streaming this show, you can see I have the 20% off discount code provided at the bottom of the screen. So while you're at checkout on shopping online, you can place that code in. You receive 20% off your purchase. Again, my friends, Ingenious Gin, the gin of thinkers. Make sure to drink responsibly. Also, my friends, before I move forward to a commercial break, look, the Arrington Gavin Show comes to you weeknights, my friends, available on all platforms, podcast platforms, as well as streaming platforms of YouTube and Rumble. You can also listen to this program Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m. on our radio affiliate WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. So many ways you can tune into the program. You can follow us on social media, on Instagram at the Arrington Gavin Show, as well as on X, formerly known as Twitter. Multiple ways you can support and tune into the program. Look, my friends, you are tuning into the Arrington Gavin Show. Don't go anywhere. We will be back after this short commercial. Don't go anywhere.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
Rugged is the new smooth.
What's happening, my friends? Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. Look, as always, we like to start off with a quick fun fact of the day before we get going in our conversations. So, look, this fun fact comes to you from my hometown of Virginia. That's right, my home state of VA. Did you guys know that Virginia is only one of the only two states to have the same plant for a state flower and state tree? You know what it is? It's the flowering dogwood. Most of the symbols were made official in the late 20th century. Now, here's the thing. I am, I'm not an outdoors kind of guy. I could care less about plants, trees, flowers, all that stuff. The only flowers I know is roses because my wife loves roses. So that is really the only, plant flower that I'm very familiar with. But hey, wanted to share y'all, a fun fact because, and if you're curious of the other state is Mississippi. So Mississippi and Virginia are the only two states to have the same plant for a state flower and also state tree. So you're welcome. You learn something new every day. You learn something new every day. Look, now let's get it going with this. Man, I don't know if y'all checked it out or heard about it or been seen on the news, but all outlets have been talking about it. Donald Trump recently had a rally in his home state of New York at the Madison Square Garden, home of my Knicks. When I tell you it was so sickening to see what was being held at this rally, it blows my mind. Let me play you this soundbite, this clip. I'm playing actually a few clips of just some of the rhetoric as well as the just the words, the messaging that was being said at this recent rally, and most likely will probably be his largest rally. Let me go ahead and find that for you. We'll talk on the other side.
Other people. She is the devil, whoever screamed that out. She is the Antichrist.
He is some sick bastard, that Hillary Clinton, huh? What a sick son of a... The whole party, a bunch of degenerates, lowlives, Jew haters, and lowlives. Every one of them.
A massive, vicious, crooked, radical left machine that runs today's Democrat Party. They're vicious, and we have to defeat them. And when I say the enemy...
So that's one. Hold up. Oh, there's more. There is more, my friends. And let me tell you, it just keeps getting worse and worse. Now, again, this rally lasted for about either between around 12 hours. Okay, you had speakers like CEO and businessman Grant Cardone or Cardona, I believe that's his name. Kind of a first class, jackass. I'm sorry, but he, again, a part of the Trump posse as far as the bro group, arrogant, cocky, because I have all this money, I can say what I want kind of attitude. Let me bring on another message from that event. Let me see if I can find. Oh, this one was from Dr. Phil. Yeah, remember him? Who basically Oprah made famous. Yeah, a black woman made this white man famous. Let me go ahead and share you the words that he had to say.
This country was built on hard work, added value, and talent, not on equal outcome, not on DEI. This country was built on hard work, and it needs to continue to be built on hard work. This country was built on hard work.
And I think it's quite funny him talking about DEI again, because A black woman employed you, sir. Now you're probably saying, well, Arrington, where are you going with this? The fact that, yes, a black woman helped really gross Dr. Phil's career. Where you going with it? Here's where I'm going. Because, and Oprah can tell you, she did. Oprah bust her ass to get where she's at now, but it was not easy to get to that level, right? It wasn't easy to even get the opportunity. And the point of the matter is she was overqualified and still did not receive the opportunity that she had to continue to maneuver. What is the problem, my friends? By providing a great opportunity for somebody that is again, we live in a society where women are still fighting for leadership roles, knowing damn well they're highly qualified for it. All right, there's minorities that are fighting for those same roles. It is so much unfairness, because at the end of the day, look, we live in a world where it's not what you know, is who you know, right? You got a good old boy system that exists. So that was messaging from Dr. Phil. Let me go ahead and find another. Let me see here. Here is, this is comedian Tony Hitchcliff. He's the host of the podcast Kill Tony. At the time I wasn't too familiar with him, but if you're close to the or if you're always in the know about Joe Rogan's circle of friends and other comedians, this is that guy. So let me play you a joke. He's a host or comedian that does a lot of kind of like insult comedian roasting, right? He had a great set during the Tom Brady roast on Netflix. I've watched a few of Kill Tony's episodes. Look, it's quite interesting how he has it. I will say, like, the setting just looks very backyard, country barn kind of style. Like, it shows it like almost in. Sometimes it'll start off like in a crappy bar setting, him sitting behind a table. He provides opportunities for up and coming comedians, which hey, I think it's cool. The concept is great. But again, I know his style. He can get away with saying a lot of off the wall stuff. You know what I mean? So he was one of the first speakers at this event. Now, this is a political event, right? This is not a comedy set or anything. This is a Trump rally, and whoever speaks here is helping you to be like, hey, look, vote for this guy. This is your candidate that you need for in office, and he will help us get to the promised land. So here's some words that Tony Hitchcliff had said at this event.
It is absolutely wild times. It really, really is. And, there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay. All right. Okay. We're getting there. It is.
Okay. One insult. Describing Puerto Rico as the island of floating trash. Okay, so now we're insulting Americans, because y'all do know that Puerto Rico are U.S. citizens. Puerto Ricans are U.S. citizens. Puerto Rico is a part of the United States. Probably didn't know that, because yet again, no one knows. No one ever knows. And it's so funny because they're, people that are representatives of Donald Trump. Oh, he was unaware of this comedian, never heard of this comedian. His VP or VP can, excuse me, JD Vance is like, I didn't even hear the joke. I don't even know the guy. I think people are just so. I'm like, dude, give me a break. You're telling me you did not know anything about the lineup of speakers for this upcoming event? Like, stop playing stupid. Stop playing stupid. That was just one of the genius things that Mr. Hitchcliff had said during that event. Here's another one. Now, this one was towards African Americans.
All right. Heck yeah. It's a cool black guy with a thing on his head. What the hell is that? A lampshade? Look at this guy. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm just kidding. That's one of my buddies. He had a Halloween party last night. We had fun. We carved watermelons together. It was awesome. All right.
I mean, like, I'm telling you, man, this thing just. And look, it wasn't. You had him. You had a former mayor, New York mayor, and one, fall from grace individual, Rudy Giuliani. I mean, the man can't even keep an apartment at this point because he's just so much in the debt and in dirt, with lawsuits that he lost. And this man's an attorney. Well, he was, because he lost his law license, or yeah, he did. He lost his license because of, once again, being a part of the Kiss the Ring Club for Donald Trump. You had I mentioned Grant Cardone. You had Hulk Hogan looking like just a sad individual up there, still ripping off. The man was struggling ripping off his shirt. Like, come on, that's on brand for you, Hulk, and you're struggling. Like, he was up there. Oh man, who else? The former founder of Death Row Records, Harris O, or Michael Harris. I spoke about him on the show a while back. You had, oh man, who else was it? Conservative talker, Sid Rosenberg, or some of a New York based conservative talker. He was saying something. He's the guy that was calling out of her name, the Clintons and the whole Democrat. I mean, like, just like how it was sad. That's all. Like, it was just a truly, it was a sad function, but as I mentioned earlier in the show, it was on brand. It was on brand. It wasn't something that shocked me the way it was. Oh, I can't believe like, I wasn't shocked. That is on brand for Mr. Donald J. Trump and his team. Okay? I get tired of people defending this man, saying, well, for one, he has bad people working for him because it was they didn't have the right speakers and this and that and the other. Look, they had the speakers that they wanted, that he agreed to have, and he enjoyed every minute of it. Because you know what? When Mr. Hinchcliffe said what he had to say, nobody left, nobody booed. I mean, it's so funny because the campaign is trying to step away from Mr. Hinchcliffe. No, and say, oh, we don't condone this. We don't condone. You know what? Hinchcliffe, I mean, the way it could happen, helped Trump lose the Hispanic vote. Because here's the thing. Right after that message was said, Bad Bunny, who has almost 50 million followers on Instagram, said, I am going to endorse Kamala Harris for president of the United States. Jennifer Lopez, Ricky Martin, Mark Anthony. There was another individual, and I am the gentleman from Hamilton. Oh man, I'm forgetting his name to save my life. But there was even a Republican representative who was very frustrated. Now, I didn't say she's endorsing Kamala Harris, but she was very frustrated of the of what Hinchcliffe had to say. Now, again, I'm a person that I watch stand-up comedy all the time. I love comedy, right? Especially I love the unfiltered ones, the ones that always like to push the edge, or put push the envelope a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, really walk on eggshells with their jokes. I love comedy like that. Now, one thing you have to realize, my friends, the timing, the setting, and those are really the only two. just the timing of it. You're in election mode. This is no fun and games. This is, I want to be upfront with the people and tell you exactly why you should vote for this man. It's not fun and games. It's not jokes. The fact that this is the material that you're going to bring up. Come on, dude. And you know what? It's just, I'm telling you, 12 hours, my friends, 12 hours. Oh, here's another clip I wanted to bring, because this was a gentleman that was selling T-shirts outside the venue. Black man, by the way. This is what he was. This was his little jingle on. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go.
I take cash card or Venmo. You gotta say no to that hoe, cause that hoe is just as bad as Joe. You gotta say no.
So I don't know if y'all was hearing his little jingle, but he was saying you gotta say, the shirt said say no to the hoe with Vice President Harris's face on it. This is a black man, by the way. And he has the Make America Great Again hat on, and he's singing, and I'm just like, and you hear people in the background. Again, that's a clear disgrace right there. I don't know how individuals like that, brother, the majority of his supporters, I don't know how. I do not know how that is a part of bringing people together. I don't. I really don't. And that's why I said, guys, that's on brand with the whole Make America Great Again. Go back. Go back. Don't go forward. Don't grow as a country. Don't unite with all the, all bring all cultures together. No, yuck, don't do that. Let's reverse it. Let's reverse it. One more soundbite, and then I'm gonna head to a commercial break, and I'll come back and move it on to a new topic. But just one more. This is one more. Let me see if I can find the one that I wanted. This was a gentleman from the program, The Daily Show. I think his name is it John Clapp? What's his name? What's his name? Klepper, last name Klepper. I'm forgetting his name to save my life, but I know his last name is Klepper. I don't know if it's John Klepper, Jason Klepper, whatever. He was talking with some Trump supporters outside of an event, and this is what he had to say. All right, and then I'm finished. I'm just trying to let y'all hear this stuff, right? And then you'll have a big picture of why people are irritated and why people distance themselves from the Trump campaign, from Donald Trump himself. Let's just right there. Don't you go nowhere. Don't you change that dial. Don't you change that dial. So this is from a Trump supporter, doesn't even try to hide his racist humor. Just listen to this.
Name these guys the Black Cockroach Ninjas.
You don't even try to hide the racism anymore.
What? You're at a Trump rally, bro.
I know, right?
I mean, you heard that, right? This man blatantly, openly racist said, "You're at a Trump rally, bro. What do you expect? What are you talking about here, bruh? Like, just, man, I tell you, man, all I can say, my friends, is keep it in prayer. That's what I was telling him. I was talking to my mother-in-law the other night. I talk to all my family and my wife all the time. Like, it's just, I am so, like, I don't know what to expect at this point now. I really don't. And here's the thing. I don't want the Harris campaign to continue to say how bad Trump is and why he's such a threat to our democracy. I don't want them to talk about him anymore. Talk about your accomplishments and your issues and policies. Do not talk, because here's the thing. It's a waste of time. We're under 10 days until this election is over. People are already set in stone of who they're voting for, and especially the Trump supporters, they're not going anywhere. They could care less. That man could be in handcuffs. He's already a convicted felon, 34 counts. So what? Come on, nothing's gonna sway them. If you continue to say he's bad, he's this, he's that, he's that, that's just a waste of time. Talk more on your platform, please. Like, whoever is in charge of, or top tier in the strategy, look, y'all gotta do better. Y'all have to do better. And I'll talk a little more on why they have to do better. But let me go ahead and digress from this story. It was just, man, I'm looking at clips of this rally, and I mean, and I'll be honest, before I end it, before I go to the next one, how awkward is the relationship between Melania Trump and Donald Trump? I'm sorry. Like, they've been married for a long time, and whenever he sees her, grabs her shoulder and like gives these, like, I don't even know if he even kissed her on the cheek. He gives it like these cheek to cheek. That's it. Like, you've never seen them act anywhere near any intimate towards each other. They don't hold hands. They are so, it is so hilarious and so obvious. Like, she is not his wife. She is his employee. Okay. She is his prop. I'm sorry. Like, she's there to just help him look good. Melania don't even want to be there no more. Melania is tired of the whole thing. She already knows she's set for life. For life. They have a child together. They were married well over 10. Like, everybody's always said, when you have a child with Trump, you set for life. You are set for life. And I'm sorry, Melania, you were probably a very nice, lovely young lady, and it's sad of the situation that you're in right now. But I'll be honest, y'all do not show off the husband and wife vibes, in my opinion. Now, I'm still a rookie. I haven't been married for more than 2 years. But my wife and I, we've been together for 8 years, married for 2. I don't see any lovey-dovey between y'all. Just being honest. Man, let me go ahead and move it on, man, because that whole Trump rally, man, just got my blood boiling just thinking about it. Check this out. So, the Washington Post recently made headlines by not, see if I can find it, by not endorsing any candidates. And it was very odd because the Washington Post, a traditional, newspaper, a traditional newspaper, mostly political news, but it's a well-known newspaper company that has always endorsed a candidate. And recently they said that they just, hey, all of a sudden last minute they said no to the endorsement. And here's the interesting thing. They're like saying, okay, why? So it says here that it was the founder, Jeff Bezos, the Jeff Bezos that owns Amazon, which I believe he might have bought the Washington Post in let me see, when did he buy the Post? Let me actually look at it real quick. Bezos, I want to say, was it 2020? A little less than that. Let me see. When did he buy the Post? Let's see here. Says here. Okay, so yeah, it was 2020. Oh, excuse me, 2013. I was actually going to say 2012 at first. Yeah, he purchased a newspaper for $250 million cash. Good God Almighty, cash money. This man's net worth is around $211 billion. Oh, just give me 1 billion. Just give me one. But it was he who killed the endorsement of Kamala Harris. And a lot of people are saying, why? What's going on? And since then, so many board members has resigned, staffers has resigned from the Washington Post because they're furious. Now, I'll be honest, me personally, I'm not for news outlets endorsing a political candidate. I really feel uncomfortable with that, in my honest opinion. I don't think newspaper columns should endorse a candidate. I think it's a disservice because news should just give you the news. Now, I understand we have political leaning news. We got your MSNBC that is, I'll say far left. You have CNN that's trying to be center left. You have News Nation that's fairly center, but you gotta be careful because it's difficult for them to try and stay strictly in the center because sometimes it might lean a little to the right. You have Fox News that's conservative, Newsmax that's very conservative. I mean, the list goes on and on. Out of all the columns, you got the New York Post, you got the New York Times, you got the Washington Post, you got the Washington Times, you got the LA Times. There's so many, popular news brands, but all of a sudden, the Washington Post did not endorse any political candidate, and they were very close to endorsing Kamala Harris. I know a lot of public figures has ended their subscription. Says here, this is reported by The Guardian. Washington Post cancellations hit 250,000. About 10% of subscribers has canceled their subscription. Again, what's the reason? Now, I look at it as this: Bezos is a billionaire. He has a lot of entities that he might be scared to. Whoever could win, if it is Donald Trump that might win, he might try and take Bezos out. Close some of his companies or something. I don't know. Also, you have Kamala Harris, who's openly said, "Look, she's gonna raise taxes to the wealthy. She's gonna increase taxes on the wealthy." So, is this his response by saying, F that, I'm gonna take out your endorsement because that's not right. I need my billions and billions of dollars, so I won't go down to having 210 billion or 200 billion. You know what I mean? Like, the man's 60 years old. Like, literally, like, chill, dude. So anyway, let me read you this. I'm gonna look one time. Let me read you this reported by The Guardian. It says here that deterioration of the Washington Post subscriber base continued on recently, hours after its proprietor Jeff Bezos defended the decision to forego formally endorsing a presidential candidate as part of an effort to restore trust in the media. The publication has now shed, as I mentioned, the number 250,000 subscribers, or 10% of their 2.5 million customers. It had before the decision was made publicly. Now, according to the NPR reporter, a day earlier, 200,000 had left, according to the same outlet. The numbers are based on the number of cancellation emails that has been sent out, according to a source at the paper. Though subscriber dashboard is no longer viewable to employees, the Washington Post has not commented on the reported numbers. And the famed Washington Post journalist Bob Woodward said he disagreed with the paper's decision, adding that the outlet was an institutional reporting about Donald Trump and what he's done, and supported by editorial page. Now, Bezos framed the decision as an effort to support journalists and journalism, noting that it surveys about trust and reputation. Journalists and the media have regularly fallen near the very bottom, often just above Congress. Now, here's the thing, and I've mentioned it before. I agree with Bezos what he's saying, if that is the truth in his decision, right? Adding trust in the media. But here's the thing: the opposing candidate has always attacked the media. There is no media. Everything is fake news, fake news, fake news. They're fake, 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 fake. What about this one? Fake. What about The Guardian? Fake, Libra. All of them are fake. The only thing that's the truth is Truth Social. By now. I mean, come on now. This guy's literally promoting watches, $1,000+ watches, probably damn near $6-figure watches for his campaign. Like, give me a break, man. And he's supposed to be supporting the poor and the working class. Give me a break. Says here, but the election year, he noted, the press has fallen before. Oh, excuse me. I quote, we have managed to fall below Congress. Our profession is now the least trusted of all. Something we are doing is clearly not working. A survey published by the New York Times over the weekend found that the mainstream media were trusted less than social media, and 55% of poll respondents, though the media bad for thought the media bad for democracy. Now, the Washington Post decision to forego a presidential endorsement follows a growing trend in the newspaper business, which has mostly been hemorrhaging revenue and readership. Now, it says here that Gannett owned USA Today, the fifth largest print and fourth largest digital subscriber circulation, said that neither it nor more than 200 local papers under its umbrella would endorse a candidate. So, why are we doing this? Okay, so I'll stop right there. I won't continue on that article. So, long story short, is this going to be a new tradition from newspaper outlets and not endorsing political candidate? I personally don't have a problem with it. I don't. I'm no journalist. I'm a conversationalist. I share my opinion, and again, this is a conversation amongst you, the listeners, and the viewers. I personally agree with the decision, but I understand how a lot of people can get irritated, especially for those who worked at the column. And it's been if it's a long-standing tradition, and on top of that, you were like very close to endorsing the political, like, do it change just after this door, say, you know what, we're no longer doing it. But don't like do it in this, especially in this timing. This timing is less than 10 flipping days, and you gotta pull this off. It looks really bad, and poor choice on Jeff Bezos. Again, a billionaire. You have a presidential candidate who's also a billionaire. Again, it looks a bit like a stab in the back, or just a jab to Kamala Harris, in my opinion. So that's what I think, my friends. Look, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll come back with more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. My friends, don't go anywhere. I will catch you next here on the Arrington Gavin Show.
Just like a winning team evolves throughout the season, so does your beard. I'm Arrington Gavin, proud CEO of Rugged Evolution Beard Care. With our premium oils, balms, and grooming tools, it's everything you need to level up your beard game. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a rookie, Rugged Evolution is the new smooth. Order now and dominate the beard game like never before. Rugged Evolution Beard Care, because every beard deserves to be legendary.
All right, my friends, welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. As I mentioned earlier, look, CNN recently had one of probably its most memorable, and sad to say, but one of their most memorable moments on live television. Hold up, let me get out of this. What they did, what occurred was, on the show Newsnight with Abby Phillips. It's their regular weeknight program. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy it. I am a fan of it, a fan of Abby Phillips as well. Since starting the program, they have revamped the format of the show by doing a round table format. So you have Abby Phillips, you have around 4 individuals, 2 conservatives, 2 liberals, and then 1 special guest, right? And so on this episode, you had Mehdi Hassan, who's a former MSNBC host. He's also a founder of, I believe it's called Zeteo. It's a news platform. It's a streaming platform, as well as a newspaper column. And there's another gentleman by the name of Ryan. Hold on real quick. What is that joker's name? Ryan Gerdusky. He's a founder of 1776 PAC. And also you had another CNN commentator up there, and another commentator, as well as former Republican Congressman Scott Taylor out of Virginia. And let me just play this, and it's very, very, very sad to listen to and to watch. And again, just want to say right here, the Arrington Gavin show and all of our affiliates that are part of this program, we do not condone, never, ever will, never have. We do not condone hatred, racism towards individuals, towards anybody. We don't believe in the word. We do not condone this, and it's disgusting that it even still exists in America. So I just wanted to acknowledge that before I play this sound bite. So let me play this heated exchange on the program Newsnight with Abby Phillips, and I will meet you on the other side.
You're called an anti-Semite more than anyone else's table. Yeah. And people will sit there and, no, by me. I never called you an anti-Semite. Okay. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying
I'm a supporter of the Palestinians. I'm used to it.
Yeah, I hope your beeper doesn't go off. The thing is that
you just say I should die.
You should not.
No,
did you just say I should be killed?
No, I did not say that. No, I did not say that.
Hold on.
Did your guest just say I should be killed on live TV?
I said I hope you.
Let me just stop.
You said you hope my beeper doesn't go off.
Because you said I'm a big supporter
of the Palestinians.
Hamas.
Guys, let me
stop. Palestinian.
Are you?
Am I what? No, of course I'm not.
I apologize.
Are you a racist, violent person inciting violence against
Ryan? That is completely.
Then I apologize.
Good job, CNN. Let's have first block say the Muslim guy should be blown up.
I apologize
on TV.
Don't say then I apologize. You literally.
I thought you said Hamas.
You didn't think I said Hamas. I said I supported Palestinian rights.
Yes, I did.
Why? Because when you hear
what's funny is Rudy Giuliani said this yesterday. So you're a great guest to be here. If you don't want to be called Nazis, stop doing it.
Everyone has seen what happened on the show tonight. I just wanted to address one quick thing. As you may have seen, Ryan was asked to leave the show, and we have put out a statement saying that he's not welcome back on our air. There is a line here on this program, and it was crossed. But I want to be clear as well that we did not ask Mehdi to not come back. In fact, we really wanted him to come back and finish the show. We had a lot to talk to him about. And we really hope that he'll join us again soon. But for those of you who are wondering why he did not come back, I just want to be super clear that that was not in any way because we didn't want him back at all. And I won't speak for him, but I just wanted to make sure that you all knew that that was not what happened there.
So this was a state. For one, before I read the statement real quick, let me just play this for you. Boo! I really want to like say a word right now. I want to cuss, but I'm doing so good. So obviously here was the statement CNN sent. There's zero room for racism and bigotry at CNN or our air. We aim to foster thoughtful conversation and debate, including between people who profoundly disagree with each other, in order to explore important issues and promote mutual understanding. But we will not allow guests to be demeaned, or for the line of civility to cross. Now, Ryan Gerdusky will not be welcome back at the network. So he's been banned. Now, I think he also so this is the freaking turd, but this is a guy, literally he said on air that he apologized, right? So he said that. Now here's what he had to say on I believe this is on X. He said, or probably True Social, I don't know which platform this is on, but he had made this statement on social media. You can stay on CNN if you falsely call every Republican a Nazi and have taken money from couture funded media. Apparently you can't go on CNN if you make a joke. I'm glad America gets to see what CNN stands for. Bro, so okay, so you admitted that you said it purposely and you didn't mean any apology that you said on the show. I mean, y'all, this is the bigotry that exists, and I'll say it, ever since you get a orange guy with a huge platform in office, and then he started this whole a tour. He allowed everybody to just freely say what they want to say. Say what you want to say. Go ahead. It's your freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want to say, and no one can do anything about it. I mean, how? And I'm so for one, I would say this. I am an advocate to having people from all sides of the aisle to have a conversation, right? But like I said, when it comes to hate speech towards an individual or specific group, you can hit the door, buddy. You can hit the door. Now, I wish Mehdi Hassan could have stayed on, but the sad thing is, he's just said, I'm pissed. It's an evening program. I'm tired. I got better things to do. I'm a busy man. I got other things. No, I'm out. I'm out too. So the message that gentleman said, and I'll read this in context for you because I know I'm running a little low on time. Says here that when the gentleman said, "I hope your beeper doesn't go off," that right there was meaning from, okay, so when he responded to apparent reference from September attacks where pagers and walkie-talkies used by hundreds of Hezbollah members in Lebanon and Syria exploded simultaneously, killing 39 people. And you're gonna make a joke about that, dude? Like, I don't understand, for one, why these people have platforms. This man had the opportunity to be on live television to spew so much stupid rhetoric and bigotry, and this man says that. Oh, I thought he said, I'm sorry. I thought he said, I apologize, but then I apologize. And then you go ahead and go on social media and you basically just said, I didn't mean any of that apology, and I'm proud to say what I said, and now I hope people see CNN for what they really are. I mean, this is the world we're coming to, people. This is the world we're coming to. I literally watched earlier today conservative talk radio personalities and people on conservative just outlets in general saying, oh wow, people are so sensitive and they can't take a joke. Oh man, this is so stupid, and this and that. Like, they're defending this guy. Where does the line drawn, y'all? Where does the civility come into play? Y'all know he was dead wrong. There's people defending Tony Hinchcliffe and the whole Trump rally theme. Like, it blows my mind, the fact that we even are having these conversations, my friends. Blows my mind that we're having these conversations. Let me go ahead and because I'm running low on time, but I got about like maybe 6 minutes left. So look, very quickly, I want to bring up the let's see, where's it at? Damn it. Where'd it go? I want to talk really quickly about Rogan. So, damn, where is it? Well, here we go. So Joe Rogan, I told you he already had a sit down with Donald Trump on the show that obviously garnered millions and millions of views, which doesn't surprise me because really that far right audience loves Joe Rogan. Okay, let's just be honest. That is his base. I'm sorry, Joe. You keep on thinking, well, I'm very liberal. I'm very this. I'm very that. You're not. And so he had recently said, I think someone asked about, has the Harris campaign contacted you? When is she be coming? This and then the other. And he said, hey, look, they did contact. We were in conversations, but the stimulation that her team had passed on to us, we just couldn't meet that, and we weren't going to do so. So it's not going to happen. But yet he's giving a platform to Donald Trump. Okay. Now, by the way, this interview already happened before this crazy ass rally that happened in Madison Square Garden. He's going to have the VP JD Vance on. Joe has been having a lot of wild people really for a while, right? He's had Alex Jones on the show. He's had Tulsi Gabbard on the show. He's had this. He has all, and look, that's his right. That's his platform. I'll give him credit. He has killed the podcast game on a success roller coaster. You know what I mean? Like, he has made podcasting what it is today, especially on the profit side. This man's making like $250 million from Spotify alone. Like, he is the legend when it comes to podcasting. And I tune in. I will say I tune into it. But you got to be careful, because sometimes, like, okay, what is the messaging that you're trying to spew within the show? He's starting to be very involved in like conspiracy theories and all this other bizarre stuff and paranoid stuff, in my opinion. Has Russell Brand on there pretty often. Tony Hinchcliffe. So it says here that this report about Politico, Rogan says he rejected Harris campaign interview conditions. So he said here that Joe Rogan declined Harris campaign offer to record an interview with Harris on a Tuesday because he would have had to travel to her, and they only wanted to do an hour. Hey, I know an hour can go by pretty fast, but an hour is an hour. It's not like she said 15 minutes, 10 minutes. No, she said a full hour. Now, the Trump interview lasted 3 hours, long as hell. And that's what Joe Rogan's show are known for, is being long as you know what platforms, a long episode, excuse me. He does 4 hours. I mean, I've seen this man do damn near 5 hours. You literally have to watch it in parts or in like in a series. But he had 3 hours with Donald Trump. Now, again, Donald Trump is known to talk a lot and be very long-winded. His rallies last forever. If it's not him dancing, for about 35 minutes to YMCA or Proud to Be an American and all that other stuff, he will talk and ramble nonsense for hours. I don't know how people can do it. But yeah, he wasn't gonna do that. He wants to have her at his place, and only more than an hour, because it's not fair. He needs to make it relatable. To me, that's nonsense. And that's not being, in my opinion, fair. All right, it's not being fair. I trust and believe I've seen Rogan have episodes that are an hour and a half, maybe not a solid hour, but at least an hour and a half. And I think this is just an excuse for him to say, or to bash the Harris campaign, to bash the Democrats, and I think he's full of it. I mean, I really think he's full of it for even saying it like that. Now, I will say I'm frustrated with the Harris campaign for not trying to get that interview, because again, you look at his interview with Trump, almost 30 million, 35 million views. She recently sat down with Shannon Sharp of Club Shay Shay. You're not even at 600,000. Like in the first 22, like in less than 24 hours, Rogan and them already had like 22, 25 million views. In their less than 24 hours, it was, yes, under 600,000. Not a win in my book. So shame on whoever tried to put that together. Look, my friends, look, it is less than a minute left, so you already know what time it is. Look, vote. Happening on election night. I'm going to be having a pre-show, 1 hour pre-show on our YouTube channel, as well as Facebook. It will be, it'll be election night, and it'll be for 1 hour. I have special guest, businessman and social justice activist Gary McCullum on, as well as my good friend Tiffany Boyle, Commissioner of Revenue for the city of Newport News out in Virginia. So it's going to be exciting time. Be sure to vote. I will see y'all next time, my friends, and be sure to tune into the Arrington Gavin Show Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m. on WDJY 99.